Hey guys, it's Karen and I'm here to do a review of this. It's another new mascara out on the market, but I was fascinated by the brush. I saw it in Boots. This is the only thing I bought from Boots, which I was pretty impressed with that apart from anything else. But I went in to see if there was anything new out and this is the only thing I could see. And like I said, I was intrigued by the brush. If you guys have been watching me for a while, you'll know that I like a small brush and I like a natural bristle brush. But this is not a natural bristle brush, but it is a tiny brush in that it's thin. It's not short, but it is very, very thin, as you can see. In fact, I think I need to give you a very close-up of that. You see it now. It is tiny. You can see it's about how long it is if I put it against my fingers there. So it's not massively long, it's not massively short, it's kind of average, but it's got the tiniest little teeth on it and it is plastic. So I was intrigued and I thought, you know what, that brush to me looks too small. It looks like just a mascara wand where all the brushes, where all the bristles have come off. You know, I was like, there's barely any bristles. The most bristles are at the sort of, is a semi-curved, a very, very gentle curve, and the most bristles are at the end here, and I thought, well, that's going to be really hard to use. And so I just thought, this is not, I want to try it because I'm intrigued and it's got a small brush, which I like, but I'm not convinced it will do much. I thought it's going to be one of those natural looking mascaras, but I used it this morning and yesterday and I love it. And I loved it from the first minute I used it. Literally, I started using it, I was like, wow, this is brilliant, because on the first sort of stroke, it's like a comb. It sort of grabs hold of your lashes, but it also, because it's a comb with the bristles are so thin, but there's also quite a few and they're close together. There's a lot of product between it, and so you're loading up your eyelashes with product immediately. And yeah, that was unexpected for me. Okay, so let me tell you what the Maybelline website says about this new mascara. It says, you don't need to fake it to make it. Introducing the fluttery false lash effect with Falsies Push Up Angel mascara for our most alluring look. That doesn't tell you an awful lot other than it's a false lash effect. And I'm sure they must have one out that says that it gives you a false lash effect. You guys know I'm very cynical when it comes to new mascaras, because I always just think, well, didn't you say the other one did that? So how can it, you know, if you're going to bring this one out, is it replacing the other one? And it never seems to be. And in fact, I just had a look on Superdrug to see if it was out in Superdrug, and I put Maybelline mascara and there's like 3 pages of Maybelline mascaras, and it's like, how can there be that many mascaras? Surely you don't need, anyway. Let me stop rambling about that and go on with their claims. It says, discover our first angel wing brush that combs the formula through the lashes, capturing each lash for the most fluttery look. So yes, it does comb the formula through the lashes. I don't know whether it's the most fluttery look I've ever used, but it is a really nice, it does get a hold of every lash. Although I did notice on my second layer, and I did do 2 layers of this, but immediately 2 layers, you know, so I sort of coated one, went over the other and did the other side, and then I went back and coated the other before it was completely dry. The curved wing shape of the brush hugs the lash line, lifting lashes from the root for dramatic volume. I would say that yes, the curved wing shape of the brush does hug the lash line, but I don't think this gives you dramatic volume. That's the one thing I would say is missing from it, actually. I think it's very separating, it's lengthening. I could see that, I was like, wow, it's making my lashes look long. And the reason I went over it a second time is because I felt like, although my lashes looked long and I'd coated each one, there wasn't an awful lot of volume, and I wanted to put more product on my lashes to make it look a little bit thicker. And even having done 2 layers, I'm not sure how volumized they look. I mean, it's a soft enough formula. You know, my eyelashes are not crispy. I feel like I would probably be able to go back over this, and I'll try that in a moment actually and see how we get on. I can show you a close-up, because like I said, that was 2 coats, so I'll maybe try a 3rd coat and see if that gives it a little bit more volume. Then it says, get the wing effect using the longer brush bristles to flick lashes out to the side for an angelic winged out effect, making lashes look longer. I don't know that I've done that, but I can see what it means, because the brush is that sort of gentle curve. When you put it on the outer corner of your eye either side, the longest bristles are in the inner part there, and so they will definitely grab those outer lashes. Okay, so I'm going to go in and see if I can put on another layer and see if that gives it a little bit more volume. I'll try and sort of push it to the bottom. Well, it's definitely easy to go over. You know, it's not, I don't find many mascaras easy to layer, but you can see, like, see with that one lash there in the middle, it's not quite as separating once you've gone over it. That tends to be why I don't go over it when it's dry, because I feel like it makes it look a bit clumpy, and I don't usually like the clumpy look. It has made them a little bit more volumized, hasn't it? But it has made them a little bit more clumped together than this side. Yeah, I'm not sure I like that. I think the 2 coats was perfect. Yeah, see that lash in the middle there? I've just made it look clumpy. Okay, so you can see there, you can do a 3rd layer, and I think it's maybe giving it a tiny bit more volume, but I think this is more about separating and getting every single lash and giving it length. So it depends what you want. I don't know that I found a mascara that does everything. I'm trying to think, does my Laura Mercier Long Lash do that? Yeah, actually no, my Laura Mercier Long Lash does, but as I've said before, I'd like to find a drugstore alternative that I can use on an everyday basis, and this so far is really, really good. And like I said, I can see me repurchasing this. Whether or not I do is another story, because you know what it's like, you can think you love something and then go off it. So keep an eye out on my empties and I'll let you know how I continue to like this, and if I've continued to use it, or in fact I'll note it down on my favourites page, on my January favourites, and then if it still is a favourite in another 2 weeks, I will show you guys and talk about any other findings I've got. It doesn't make your eyelashes feel brittle, which I love, because I don't like a brittle feeling mascara, because then it's hard to wipe off with, even with, you know, oily eye makeup remover, I still feel like I'm crisping my eyelashes together, and that some of them come off on the cotton pad, you know, you'll see the odd lash or two. So this is very easy to get off with warm water in the shower, and eye makeup remover. I took I've only worn it yesterday and today, I took the most of it off with a flannel in the shower, and then I used my eye makeup remover to get the rest off last night, and that was absolutely fine. It doesn't smudge, it doesn't flake, because that would be a big deal breaker for me, because even when I used it I thought, oh please don't let this flake or smudge or anything through the day, because that would then put me off. Talking of that though, I did a review of the No. 7 mascara that I've been loving. I think it was called Lash Impact. And I do still love that. I love the brush. I love everything about the mascara. However, I went 2 days without lower eyeliner on, and I suddenly found that I had black underneath my eyes. I don't know if that was where I was putting upper waterline in and it wasn't staying, or whether it was from the mascara. So I'll keep an eye out for that when I use this the next time I don't wear eyeliner on the bottom. I think because I've got eyeliner on the bottom, it's disguised. Any smudging can't be seen, if that makes sense, or any smudging under right at the lash line. I have had mascaras that have kind of smudged, but mostly my problem would be the flaking. You know, like throughout the day I'd look in the mirror and be like flicking bits of flake off, and that would drive me mad. I don't usually talk about ingredients of mascaras, but just out of curiosity I had a look at the ingredients of this, and wow, there's a lot of ingredients, and there's a lot on there that I wouldn't know whether they would be sensitive or not. The only ingredient I saw that some people may want to avoid is propylene glycol. I believe some people can have an allergy to that, like a dermatitis type allergy, and so if you do, that's not something you want to be putting near your eyes. However, it is very low on the list, but there is an awful lot of ingredients in it. There's even something in it called sweet cherry extract, and I'm like, why on earth would that be in there? But if you could, let me know if you are somebody that has sensitive eyes, or you have to be careful which mascaras you use. Let me know which ingredient it is that you think you're allergic to, or what you try to avoid, because that would be really interesting to me. Like I said, I can't give you much information about the ingredients, because there was a lot of ingredients there that I had no idea what they were doing in a mascara. But for me as well, I'm putting it on my lash, so I'm not worried about things like, for example, parabens. I don't have sensitive eyes in that respect. There's no mascaras have ever bothered my eyes, thankfully, so and that would be interesting to know. So it gives you length and a little bit of volume, stays on, doesn't come off. Good brush. Even though it's plastic, I'm absolutely fine. It doesn't, because I thought with those tiny little bristles, when I get close to my eye, it's going to poke my eye and make my eyes water, and it doesn't. So I'm really happy with the brush. I love the packaging. Really like the packaging, actually. it's £7.99. I nearly forgot to tell you the price. It's £7.99, and it's £7.99 in Boots and Superdrug, and they've both got buy one get one half price on Maybelline products. So if there's anything else Maybelline you want, it's a good time to buy it. But I think £7.99 is a great price for that, and currently, like I said, I feel like this could be my holy grail mascara. I'll confirm that or otherwise in my favourites, in my January favourites. I'll tell you what I've got on today. I've got on my Lancome Tint Idol Ultra. No, I haven't. That is not what I put on. That's the one I was going to put on. And then I thought, no, you know what? I'm now too pale because it's in 010 and my tan's starting to fade. So I used my Tarte Rainforest to the Sea in Fair Light Neutral. On my eyes is a Makeup Forever eyeshadow that I just don't know the number of. I'm so sorry. It's a sort of beautiful peach sparkly eyeshadow, but when I first got the eyeshadows, I took them out and the numbers are not on the back of the pans, and so I've never been able to figure out the number since. On my cheeks is Clinique blush in Innocent Peach. On my lips I have got the Barry M lipstick that I'm loving in Matte 182. It's just a beautiful sort of pinky, and I think that's everything. Yeah, that's everything. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak to you soon.